What's up, man? Back black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there, man. If you at work, man, then let me borrow $1. Nah, I'm fucking with y'all. But shout out to everybody out there, man, that's at work, handling business, doing what they need to do to survive. You already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Johnny, Erica, James Youngblood, David No Compromise, Tanya, Miss Tanya, all y'all out there, man. Tasha, you already know what it is. You know what it ain't. Man, I got 2 topics. I'm gonna try to get them in. Man, we got a great topic today, man. So hopefully you at work doing what you need to do and not being a Sambo or Coon or a Mammy. Because we got enough of those in this world. We don't need that. Trusting the system. Man, I got an article I want to read. This shit is almost quite funny, but we're going to get into it, man. Let's do it. It's just funny to me. Yeah, let me cut this down so we get into it. Man, this shit is funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. Dave from No Compromise. Hey, man. Watch. I got to read this shit so y'all can see it. Hey, man, I guess they hired a police officer, but then they went and checked his tweets, and he was saying some crazy shit. New police officer gets booted from department. The reason why will make you shake my head. SMH. Just 2 days after being sworn in, Marion police officer said bye-bye to his new job after a few of his racist social media posts were found. All right, let's see. Let's get into it. According to the Indy Star, the posts were published before he even got his uniform. The case of a 48-hour officer, Chaz Foy, is precisely why black people believe police departments are riddled with racists. You can't keep racist people from applying for the job, but you can certainly screen them to see if they hold bigoted beliefs. All right. Foy was flagged for 2 posts he made. One from the top of this month was posted to Facebook with a caption reading, "With gas hitting $4.89 and climbing, let's all take a moment to appreciate better times." Those better times he referred to were referred in the picture attached of George Floyd under the knee of former Minneapolis cop Derek Chauvin. Wow. In another post from April 2021, Foy posted a caricature of a black man titled Martin Luther King. Wow. Marion Police Department Chief Angela Haley wasn't having it once these were brought to her attention. In the Star on Tuesday, social media post Chaz Foy allegedly shared on his personal Facebook account were brought to the attention of the Marion Police Department. According to a news release, Marion Chief of Police Angela Haley personally reviewed the post and called them racist and said they were not keeping within the standards of their department. "I do not condone this type of behavior and will not tolerate it," Haley said in a news release. Foy, who had been sworn for duty as a Marion Police Department officer on Monday, was terminated that Wednesday. The pushback on reforming the screening process for prospective police officers sound more like a sorry excuse when the only thing the MPD had to do was click on Foy's Facebook page, which they should have done when he first applied. Luckily, they nipped this in the bud. However, plenty of officers spend years in policing while throwing around the same racist banter. That's a fact. Okay. See, they tell us to trust the system, but the system is rigged. The jig is up. We've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok. The system is rigged from the inside. The house always wins. Have you ever heard that saying? Well, the deck is stacked against you. Congratulations, you caught one racist cop. There's hundreds of thousands of racist police officers that are in law enforcement that are killing foundational black Americans every single day. So why don't y'all put more of these motherfuckers on blast? Don't just put one and think we're supposed to be jumping around for joy than all this sucker shit. That doesn't surprise me. That's what he said. What surprises me is it's only one example of a person being let go from their job. And you're like, well, why should they be let go? Look, man, if you have racist views, you don't naturally possess the moral compass to be the judge, jury, and executioner. Because that's what the law enforcement really basically is. And if you have racist views towards foundational Black Americans, they're never going to get a fair shake. This is why law enforcement needs to be dismantled from the inside out. Stop co-signing certain things, but people are afraid to whistleblow, and I get it why people are afraid to whistleblow, because they don't want to mess up their money, their pensions, their friends, damn, nobody wants to mess that up, and I understand that. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to give Angela Haley and all those people props because they got one police officer. Bring the whole goddamn system down so we can repair and rebuild it from the ground up. So now when people are walking around or riding around, their palms are not sweaty when they get pulled over by a dominant society, racist or suspected white supremacists. No, you know that he's gonna do things in decency and in order, and if not, he's not gonna have that job. Make an example out of a lot of these dominant society white supremacists who get away with literally murder. That's why I was laughing, because I was like, this is crazy. And the joke, Martin Luther King. See, that's so funny how they wanna compare looting and all that with black folk, but then when white folks start doing it, they don't show it. You know what I mean? I just think there's a time and a place where we have to understand that they're always going to move the goalposts. They're not going to assist you in making sure there's a system of justice. There is no system of justice. Look at what they're doing right now. Look at Ja Morant. Yeah, he posting his gun. Chris Kaman was posting his gun too. So my thing would be, well, show me, so I got to be at a shooting range. You know what I would do? I would literally go to a shooting range and brandish my gun then. Because Chris Kaman was brandished. It's all kinds of NBA players that brandish their guns and show social media what type of guns they have. But all of a sudden, it's Ja Morant. You know why? Because they want him to be the face of the NBA. But they need him to clean up his imagery because, for one, they don't want a black man owning a firearm, in my personal opinion. And they definitely don't want a black man letting people know, hey, man, don't play with me because I'm not the one. But they're going to always move the goalposts because within the bylaws of the United States of America Incorporated, these corporatocracies, these corporate plantations, they can do what they want to do. You can sue them. They'll just have you in litigation. They can do what the fuck they want to do. It's their corporate. That's why corporations basically in the corporate sector, the private sector or whatever, they just do what the fuck they want to do. Because you don't have a union rep to speak up for you, stand up for you, and they can't just get rid of you and do all that. You know what I mean? And yeah, they can say that they got a union in the NBA. The union is whatever the fuck David Stern's successor tells you what it is. That's why I'm looking at everybody like they're going to keep fucking with Ja Morant. While we have racist cops joining the force and imposing their racist views on foundational black Americans, which we will never get a fair shake. It's just actually the truth. So I want you to go look up that story and see exactly why trusting the system always isn't a good thing. Because if you trust the system, you trust the process, you're gonna get ran over. You're gonna be the prey, not the predator. Because trusting in this wickedly brilliant system doesn't mean that the outcomes are gonna be fair and balanced for you. Because it's about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing the system of justice. Meaning the person that needs the most constructive help gets the most constructive help. Clearly, we need the most constructive help after 450 years of slavery, Jim Crow, gentrification, redlining, lynching. We need the most constructive help, but for some sort of reason, the dominant society plays the benign neglect policy and acts like that doesn't exist. And slavery was so long ago. But when it comes to the dominant society, white Jewish community, they don't never let you forget the Holocaust. And that didn't even happen on the United States of America's soil. That happened in Europe, but they'll never let you forget it. But when you bring up slavery, oh God, that's so long ago. People suffer from white fragility. Tell them to go read that book. And then after they read that book, give them a whole bunch of books to read. But the thing is, people don't want to know about your struggle. People don't want you to speak up about it, and they don't want to know about it. They just want black folk to move on and don't be proud and be happy you got the little bit of crumbs that you have. Remember that. Next story. Ex-members from the religious group featured new Duggar docuseries speak out. I'm gonna go watch that shit. That shit is supposed to be on Netflix, I think, or whatever. And I'm gonna go watch it. You know the Duggars, that's all the white people that had them kids. They supposed to be Christians. I'm gonna read a little bit. A new documentary series about the Duggar family, or Duggar family, whatever, has thrust the ultra-conservative Christian 19 kids and counting broad back into the spotlight, along with their many controversies and evolutions. Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets, released last Friday on Amazon Prime Video, is also raising new interest in a ministry called the Institute in Basic Life Principles that shaped the family's unusual lifestyle. The documentary series features numerous interviews with people formerly affiliated with the IBLP, including members of the Duggar family. CNN interviewed former IBLP members to get a closer look at the group's influence. But first, some background on the Duggars, their relationships to IBLP, and the organization's history. Let's skim through that. The Duggars rise to fame. We already know. The Duggar family made up of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, their children and grandchildren first appeared in the 2004 Discovery Health TV special, 14 Kids and Pregnant Again. As their family grew over the years, they went on to star in their own TLC reality series, eventually titled 19 Kids and Counting, which was canceled in 2015. TLC, which aired 19 Kids and Counting, now shares parent company Warner Brothers Discovery with CNN. The series came to an abrupt end in 2015 when reports surfaced that Josh Duggar, the couple's eldest child, had allegedly molested young girls when he was a teenager, including 4 of his sisters. Amid the allegations, Duggar, when 27, issued an apology on Facebook saying, 12 years ago, as a young teenager, I acted inexcusably, for which I'm extremely sorry and deeply regret. I hurt others, including my family and close friends. I confess this to my parents, who took several steps to help me address the situation. We spoke with authorities where I confessed my wrongdoing, and my parents arranged for me and those affected by my actions to receive counseling. If that would have been a black person, he would have went to jail. As soon as he confessed. Guilty nigga. In the new documentary series, his sister Jill Dillard said she downplayed her brother's abuse in 2015 interview with Fox News because she felt obligated to help the family. The family show on TLC was canceled the same year the allegations were made public, though a spin-off series focusing on some of the older Duggar's daughters, Counting On, followed. In 2021, Josh Duggar was found guilty of receipt of child pornography and possession of child pornography in U.S. District Court in Arkansas. Counting On was canceled by TLC that year to give the Duggar family the opportunity to address their situation, and privately, Variety reported. So let's give them some time to report what they want to report. Man, get the fuck out of here. He was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison the following year. The series of events shocked fans and opened the family up to increased public scrutiny. Shiny Happy People, the new documentary series, touches on some aspects of their lifestyle, IBLP's philosophy that critics have described as toxic and dangerous. In a statement, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar described the documentary as sad because it was I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh. Sad? They describe it as sad because in it we see the media and those with ill intentions hurting people with love. Hurting people we love like other families. I'm sorry. This is hard for me to read. This is hard for me to read like others. Ours too has experienced the joy and heartbreak of life. just in a very public format. This documentary paints so many in derogatory and sensationalized ways because sadly, that's the direction of entertainment these days. I can't read anymore because I'm trying not to laugh. All right, now we about to get to it. First of all, y'all decided to put y'all asses on TV. And y'all knew that boy had problems. And y'all still had him on TV and got him counseling because y'all wanted that money because you're greedy. And you didn't give a fuck about the victims. And because you are white, you are right. And you are suffering from white fragility because you didn't even want to call out your own son. You should have walked away from the networks and said, we're no longer going to be having our family on TV. We are handling personal matters. And he still should have went to jail. But what you decided to do was keep filming and have these spin-off series so you can keep having money and then pressure your daughter into fucking having the family's back when you know your eldest child had a problem. You knew he had a problem. That's called racism, white supremacy. Because they're not going to have no black family on TV where the oldest kid is molesting kids and they don't call his ass out, do a whole documentary behind it, and cancel anything that the Dugars or any black family do. But when the white family, oh, we got help and all this other stuff, and how you going to put a public apology on Facebook? Like that will relieve you of all your duties. No, nigga. That's what I'm saying, man. In the dominant society, man, they just do what they want to do. No, he should have got 50 years in prison. Because y'all kept carrying on this goddamn show after y'all knew he had issues. If you know a person got issues, get off the show. But you're greedy and you want to make money, just like the Chrisleys, that other white couple. That man was stealing money the whole damn time. And that's why the other man, whistleblowing, was like, hey, this dude, they stealing money. And then all of a sudden, they want to go into victim mode and act like they wasn't stealing money and none of this other shit. You knew you was stealing money the whole fucking time. Stop with the bullshit. Y'all got to wake up, man. These people are being allowed to do certain things. Say, oh, you got 12 years? Watch, I bet you get out in 8, 6. And what you going to do after register and all this other stuff? But black folk, let me tell you something. They don't even want you thinking that you going to be able to get away with some pedophile shit and think, guilty, nigga, what? Nigga, you was thinking about it. So you're going to jail. That's how they do us. But with the dominant society, motherfucker, issue a public apology and get a counselor and we can just move on. No, nigga, you should be going to jail and you shouldn't be around nobody apologizing about shit. You should be treated like public enemy number one, how they would treat black folk. Man, we got to wake up and understand what's going on, man. See, a lot of dominant society, they're taking a lot of L's right now. And they don't like it, but they're taking a lot of L's because a lot of the shit that they do is not with good intention. It's with ill will intention. It's not authentic. And they're not trying to replace the system with a system of justice. They want to maintain this system because the dominant society, in most parts, they're happy with black people as long as black people are not doing better than them. I rest my case. You already know what it is. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.